Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Now guys, out of the 8,040 odd responses that I'd gotten to my blog about this Justice Sykes, out of all the responses I'd gotten, only 5 people dissented. There is overwhelming support for my position, overwhelming support. I believe that the people who disagreed with me were lawyers. And of course, there's nothing to them like the law. This is about the law. It's not about justice. Because, all right, first thing I need to ask is, what is justice? What is justice? Well, I've never looked up a textbook definition or a dictionary definition, so I wouldn't know what the dictionary says. But in my mind and in my heart, I think I have an idea of what justice is. And to me, justice is simple. And it's this: a man should be paid according to his work. It's that simple. If a man do good work, he should be paid handsomely and good for that work. If a man do bad work, he should always get the bad payment for his work. So as I say, it's about a man being, once you are paid according to your work, then justice has been served. Isn't that basically a simple way of putting it? Well, that's my how I see justice. I don't know how other people see it. Now, why society needs to have laws, and I think the reason why there are laws is to dispense justice. I don't know if I'm wrong, but the purpose of laws, having laws, and having arbiters of law such as judges, the whole reason behind that, I think, is to dispense justice, or to ensure that a man is paid according to his work. I hope I'm right so far, but I'm sure everybody out there can follow exactly what I'm saying. Now, let me give a scenario. Suppose I go out there and I see somebody and I rob them and kill them. I did that. And I go to court. I'm arrested, taken to court, and for some reason, whether somebody couldn't identify me properly or some technicality, and I was found not guilty. Has justice been served? The fact that I walk out of there there a free man and with an unblemished character, has justice been served? I would say no. What has been served? What has been served there was due process. And due process and justice are really two very separate things. Now, I said that to refer back now to the Klansman trial going on with this injustice, Sykes. Now, Sykes is trying not to dispense justice because he is ensuring that those men on the dock are not paid according to their work, because he thinks that justice is a total separate thing from, he wants to give them due process. Due process is going to mean sending back those murderers onto the street to kill more people, but he's not concerned about that. But I'm saying, I say this also. Isn't the purpose of the court to protect the innocent? Would we consider that as being part and parcel of being a judge and for having courts to protect the innocent? If I'm right, then how can Judge Sykes hope to protect the innocent by sending murderers back onto the street? How? How does that help justice? Here's the thing. Here's what is going on. Judge Sykes is not interested in justice. Judge Sykes is like most judges and most lawyers, they are interested in due process. In other words, I don't care how much cold-blooded murderers you bring in front of me. I am not going to be sentencing them unless the police I'm going to scrutinize every piece of evidence the police bring in front of me, because to me, this is about due process. I don't care whether 10,000 or 20,000 people, these people are going to go back out there and kill. I want due process to happen. This is not about guilt or innocence. This is about due process. And if you fail to dot an I or cross a T as a policeman, I'm going to chuck out that evidence, because I'm about due process. How can you prioritize due process over justice? Because if you give due process by throwing out that evidence, let us assume then that the evidence was not 100% proper. What is your duty? To protect the 50 or the 50 or 60 men per year that group alone, those pestilence 33 or 31 pestilence that you have in that cage. Is it better to have due process done for them to go back on the street than to have them put away and save those lives that would not have been lost, that would not be lost if they go to prison? What's your priority? Well, I don't have to ask your priority. It is clear. You're about due process. So you don't care, Justice Sykes. Like the lawyers, you do not care about the crime rate. Because I'm gonna say this. Do you really think that any of those men in that dock are innocent? You really think so? You really think that any of them is innocent? Do you think the police actually went out and just see some man on the street and take them up? Just take them up and say, me I carry you in and you in and you in, and I'm just going to make up some numbers. I'm just going to take some of you guys in to make up numbers. You really feel so, Judge Sykes? And you are saying, okay, let us assume that that CETA erred by bringing evidence which was not clear. What is your duty? What is your main duty? To protect your sacred laws and your books, or to stop a bloodshed? Where is your priority, Justice Sykes? That is what we need to know. Because the laws are not there to protect itself. The laws is there to protect people, human beings. And there is a bloodbath out there. And you're telling me that you're going to talk about dotting I's and crossing T's? The first priority for you, if you loved your country, would be to see that these men are imprisoned. As a matter of fact, as far as I'm concerned, they shouldn't even be in court. They should not have even been arrested. Every one of them should have been dirtied, not arrested in the first place. Because it is difficult for me to think that my Jamaican police or any police anywhere in the world is going to have a vested interest after nearly 3 years of investigation and intense data gathering and evidence gathering. You're going nitpick through it to find that your sacred due process is followed. What about the blood running in the street? You don't care because you have bodyguard. You live in your ivory tower, but we out here who need protection can't get none because you're quite prepared to send these vermins back on the street, every single one of them, in order to protect your sacred due process. Because you sit there and justice to you means that every dot and every T the police put out there have to be crossed. All right. Now, I said all that to say this. I'm going to give an example. Some of you might have heard in the video before this that I spoke about a country called El Salvador. There is a group of cold-blooded murderers, gangsters in El Salvador. They had been imported from the United States, deported from the United States back home to El Salvador. They had gone to the United States and they formed a gang called MS-13. And a lot of you might have heard of MS-13. A lot of those gangsters, but not all, but majority of them have tattoos all over their bodies, in their faces. They are extremely, this is one of the most brutal gangs on the planet Earth. Yeah? And these people, they were killing and killing. They sent El Salvador to the very, very, very pinnacle of the murder list in the world, you know? And when this new president came in about the 1st of June 2019, a new president took over El Salvador called Nayib Bukele. Now, as soon as he went in June, the 1st of June, in 2019, he created new laws that gave his country the power to arrest anyone and hold them for up to 15 days without evidence and without access to lawyers. And they can be sentenced for up to 45 years for adults and up to 10 years for children as young as 12. And not only that, you are tried in a closed trial. That means nobody see how you were tried. Them only hear, your family only going to hear that you have been sentenced. Once you have tattoos on your body, especially your face, you know, or if you simply have the demeanor in any way, shape, or form that you could be a possibly gang member, as long as you look like a thug, you are picked up. That's it. That's all you need to do is the slightest suspicion that you may be a MS-13 member or a member of any gang, and you are picked up. That's it. You know? And that's what President Bukele did. You know? And now, here's a guy. I wanted to take a look at this guy. You see how him look? He, as a matter of fact, when he took over power in 2019, I think he was, 35, I think he was. Around 35. Young guy. You see, he dressed very simple. He doesn't look like he has no medals on his chest and big military uniform. And then you see, he has never worn a tie. No matter if he going to speak, he goes all over the world and speak to presidents and prime ministers and speaks at the United Nations. He does not wear a tie. He's a very simple guy, very down to earth. And unlike Jamaicans, when he's walking the street, he walk alone. He not walk with bodyguard. This is the type of leader that we want. Him just walk and touch hands with everybody. Yes, this is a man, a common man. But what you think about him is a real man. Now, I wanted to listen to something that he has said. And I wanted to listen to this. Right? Listen.
Hagan eso y no va a haber un tiempo de comida en las cárceles. Uno. A ver cuánto tiempo duran sus homeboys allá adentro. Les juro por Dios que no comen un arroz. Y vamos a ver cuánto tiempo duran. Y no me importa lo que digan los organismos internacionales, que vengan a proteger a nuestra gente, que vengan a llevarse a sus pandilleros, si tanto los quieren. Se los entregamos todos al 2x1.
Yeah, and now for those of you who did not follow that clearly, let me repeat what he said. He said, I don't care what the international organization have to say, unless they can come and protect our people. And I don't mean come and attempt to protect them, but actually protect them. They can come and take the gangs if they love them so much. We are giving them away. 2 for 1. You understand me? That is how this man operates. No come tell him nothing. He places his people's safety above anything else, above any law. Because this is about human beings, the lives of human beings. This is not about laws. And he's looking at it the right way. He's looking at it the moral way. You know? But hold on, what we have got to understand, you know. And this may sound like he is a bad guy, but here is what we need to look at. When he took office on June 1st, 2019, by December of that same year, December of that same year, murders moved from 18 per day, 18 murders per day, to just 3 by December, 3. Now, if we take 18 times 365 days a year, right, we are looking at 6,500 and odd people dead in a 1 year, right? If at 18 per day times 365. Now, we look at 6,000 odd. Now, El Salvador's population is 6.5 million. So I don't know the math, but it's either 1% of the population dead per year, or I think it's 0.1% of the population was dying every single year. And what it come down to, 3 per day from 18, and it's getting smaller. And there are some months in El Salvador where, to this blessed day, a month or two pass and not one gun crime. So, hold on. What do you think he should have done? He should have just let them run free and say, boy, you want to see, me can't find the evidence on them, so them have to just go on, because me can't find the evidence. No. And hold on now. The El Salvador people, the people of El Salvador are very happy with the results of the crackdown. They admire the man for finding an extreme solution to an extreme problem. And therefore, what do you think? He has a 91% approval rating to the day as we stand here. 91 out of every 100 Salvadorian give this man the thumbs up. You understand me? That's his man's approval rating. That can happen on Earth, on planet Earth. Because the man did what he has to do. He knows that the reason why he's in power, the main reason is to protect his people. Not protect no damn constitution. Not protect no, what do I call it? Due process. Protect, stop the blood from running in the streets. And let's face it, him get the right people. Him never try them. But he soak their ass up without trial, or just fling them away. And guess what? Everybody shake in their boots and everybody draw up and behave themselves. Because at this, what? He got the most of them in jail. And him have them there, and keep them there up to 45 years. And hold on, this other part, where children as young as 12, once he sees them with a tattoo, or he feels, have any reason to think, any inkling that they might be connected to the MS-13 or any gang, they are picked up as young as 12. And once you're under 18, you can get up between 12 to 18, you can get up to 10 years in prison just for being part of such a gang. No, I would go further than that. I would say, man, President Bukele, you're on the right track, but you should stop at age 12. Woman have a baby this morning, and when it come out of her womb, you see the MS-13 mark on him. Carry him, cut the umbilical cord, and carry him guan. That me say. Cut the umbilical cord, him at 10 minutes old, and carry him right, go put him down with the rest of vermings them. That is how you solve problems. And what? The man solved the problem. The man didn't pussyfoot around the issues and act like he wanted to act and prevent as if laws are something that are unassailable. Laws are there to protect people. And the minute the laws stop protecting people, the laws have got to go.